Welcome to my channel. Y'all, there's so many things on my mind, so much to talk about, but today I want to talk about President Trump winning this election, and I believe he's going to win it by a landslide. And I say by a landslide because I see so many people that are excited to vote for him. First of all, there are a lot of people that didn't vote in the last election or haven't voted in a while or wasn't even registered to vote. But they registered this time. And I have family members that registered this time that wasn't voting in the past. And they registered because they wanted to save America. They want to preserve America as she is. They don't want to see these drastic changes. And even though they are older, they're sitting at home, they're paying attention to what's going on. So that's one reason. Another reason is the mad exodus from Democrats to Republicans. Hence, walk away and Blexit, Lexit, all of these movements that you have where Democrats are leaving the Republican Party. And I look on the other side and I don't see that. I mean, there are people here and there that you see, but they don't have a movement. We got movements. They don't have a movement. And also, I just don't hear them talking about a lot. Every now and then I hear someone said, I voted for Trump the first time, but I'm not going to vote for him this time. But usually it's for one isolated thing. For example, like some people in Pennsylvania, the small town of Pennsylvania, where they had a steel mill. President Trump said he would bring back the steel mill, but he didn't. Maybe he hasn't gotten to it yet. I don't know. But that's what they said they were promised. It didn't happen. So they said they weren't going to vote for him this time. So, but I was watching the story. It's a very small town. It's pretty much dwindled to nothing. So unfortunately, those people, if they want to stay there, that may be what they have to deal with, or they may have to move. I don't know. I hope things will get better for them. But that's just a small pocket of people that I've seen. Most of the time, I'm not seeing that with the Democrats leaving for Republicans. It's mostly, the Republicans leaving for Democrat is mostly the other way around. So anyway, that's one thing that I see. Another thing is the enthusiasm to vote for President Trump. I mean, you see people having all types of events for Trump. Trucking events, boating events, car events. They're dragging America. And if you don't know what that means, it means they have created a caravan of cars and trucks and whatnot, and they are driving along the highways. And it's funny, just the other day, Biden had to cancel one of his rallies. I believe it was in Texas, because they were dragging some of the highways in Texas and he couldn't get to the rally. I mean, this stuff is going on week after week after week after week all over America. And people are coming out in droves to participate in these events. You do not see that with the Biden camp. I mean, if they have a rally, there's only a few people, and they say it's due to social distancing, but we know that's not the case. And when there are a lot of people at his rallies, that's when a Trump supporter has shown up to troll the rally or something like that. And even with Obama going out there, even the supporters that came out, as much as people love Obama, he couldn't pull the numbers that Trump pulls. And in the last weekend, Trump had a rally. I believe it was in Michigan. Can't say for sure. 57,000 people showed up. Can you imagine for a Trump rally? Meanwhile, Biden supporters are sitting on the couch. You don't know if they're going to get out and vote or not. You know, they might say, well, something else better came along, so I'm going to do that instead. Or I'll let my fellow comrades do it. Go out and vote. It's enough of them. They'll get it done. And then when he loses, they'll look to blame someone else. That's how they are. But the enthusiasm for Trump is tremendous. And speaking of enthusiasm, what about the Latinos for Trump? I mean, they came to America to escape communism. And they are fighting hard over here so that America does not become like the place they came from. They are fighting so hard. They are proud and loud for Trump. They're shouting it from the mountaintop. So they are in their communities talking about Trump. They are excited. They are working diligently because they love America and they like what America stands for. You don't see that with the Biden supporters. You're not seeing that there. And another thing I hear people say, I didn't leave the left left me. They begin to see the hypocrisy, the evilness of these people. They see how they treat people that don't agree the same with them, and they're turned off by that. They don't like what they see. And then they switch sides. Another reason is the rabbit hole. People are looking online, they're watching TV, and then something that all of a sudden doesn't sound right. So they research it. And they find out that what they've been thinking and what they've heard has been wrong. So they wonder, what else was I thinking is wrong? Let me check this out. Let me research this. They found out they were wrong on that. And on it goes, down the rabbit hole, until their minds have changed. And it's not changing from Republicans to Democrats, it's changing from Democrats to Republicans. Every day I'm hearing these stories. Every day. Okay. Also, this year, COVID-19 woke up a lot of people because they had the time to sit down and pay attention to what was going on. They were watching the press conferences with President Trump and watching the news as well because they wanted to know what was going on with this horrible pandemic. When they watched it, they found out that what the news was reporting was different from what they saw and heard when they watched the conference with President Trump. And so they were like, that's not true. That's not right. They're lying. And so the media turned people off. They seen that they were biased against President Trump because nothing that they were saying was true. So they figured, well, what I've been hearing and believing all this time wasn't even true. I've been believing a lie. And now they're supporters of President Trump. Then you have the riots. Most people don't agree with the riots. They don't agree with people burning people businesses down, looting people businesses, destroying their livelihoods. People don't agree. Most of us don't agree with that. People are getting mad. They're getting scared. And they feel like Joe Biden isn't going to bring peace to that. Donald Trump will. So they're not going to vote for him. And then you have all this racial tension where most Americans feel like we were doing just fine. We were a melting pot. We were getting to know each other. Of course, there are still some racist people here. Everybody understands that there's racist people all over the world. Everybody understands that. But it's not an exorbitant amount like some people are saying. And you don't see it every day like some people are saying. You would think we were back in the 1920s the way people talk today. But most people realize America is not like that. So you got these racial tension where people are marching and destroying things, and people don't like that. So they're going to vote for Trump. And then later on that year, you had the RNC versus the DNC. People are at home, like I said, so they watched both. And what did they see? They seen how negative the Democrats were and how divisive they were. And they decided, I'm not voting for that. And then they watched the RNC and they seen how positive it was. People like positivity. Most of us. And they said they much rather vote for the Republicans than the Democrats. And another thing that's going on this year due to COVID is the stimulus package. People are paying attention, y'all. And they notice how the Democrats want to stuff all this pork into these stimulus bills, and they're causing them not to get passed. Because we are already in debt, a lot of debt. We don't need to be paying for things that's non-related to the pandemic. And people see that, how they're trying to pack these stimulus bills with a lot of pork. People don't like that. They do not like that. And also they see that it's a tool that they're using so that it doesn't pass before the election, so that it doesn't look favorable for the president. People aren't as dumb as you think, Democrats. They're waking up. So you also have President Trump. When he got elected, he had promised many things and he delivered on most of them. And those that do their research, they see that. They see that. Okay, another thing is you have Biden and his mental decline. This you can clearly see. And if you have the internet, you can go back and look at some of his speeches in the past and look at what he's doing today. And it's like night and day. You can clearly see the decline. Everybody can see it if they do the comparison. And with all this going on in the United States today, you want to take a gamble on that? People are like, no, we're not risking our country for that. We're going to vote for Donald J. Trump. Okay. And last but not least, and I know I'm leaving out a lot of stuff, but last but not least is this Hunter Biden scandal. And in the last 2 weeks, people have asked the question, and it's become a top question on Google search. Is there a way to change my vote? How can I change my vote? Now, I'm thinking about what happened within the last 2 weeks that would make people want to change their votes. Well, there's two things that I can think of. One was the last presidential debate, which President Trump clearly won. Even the never-Trumpers believe that he won. The next thing is the Hunter Biden scandal. And people are wanting to change their votes. So I got to believe that if people have already voted and they wanted to change their vote, there are people that haven't voted that we're going to vote for Biden, but due to all that's been playing out, they're going to vote for Trump. So that's why I think President Trump will win. And actually, I think he will win by a landslide. But I may be wrong about that landslide part. I've been wrong before. But I do feel confident he will definitely win. And that's all I have to say for this video, y'all. Thank you for watching. If you like what you heard, please press the like button. Please consider subscribing and helping me get to 1,000 subscribers. It takes less than 1 second to do them both, and it's free. Thank you again for watching this video, and y'all have a blessed day. Bye.